I'm excited to chat with you both because The Holiday Twist is a sweet new movie that's out already that people are already enjoying. I'm really excited because, Emily, what was it about your role or about even the premise for this film that drew you to be a part of it? Was it Brooke? Was it um, all of the above? Maybe
I
Stephanie's work.
Yeah, I think it was honestly a mixture. Well, first of all, I always love to jump at projects that are being led by females because I think that we need more of that. So as soon as I heard that it was Stephanie on board and that it was a female director and that she wrote it and her story was so beautiful and so meaningful. But at the same time, I think that the character of Brooke was such a badass. Like I think that it's amazing to see women step into these roles where it's like it's an office job and she works so hard and she has like such a strong vision for what she wants for her future, and I think it was just a mixture of all those things that really drew me to it.
Stephanie, it's a sweet film. How involved were you when it came to the casting?
Oh, I was very involved. We cast starting in 2020 and then put the project on hold. So, so we actually, by the time we were ready to film, we changed some of the cast, and I had a very specific vision for each character. So we spent a lot of time making the right selections, and I was super excited about Emily because I had seen her on Mayans, and she was a tougher character there, so different from Brooke. And but Brooke was tough inside, but her character hadn't really come into her own voice yet. And Emily just really did a great job with bringing Brooke to life.
Stephanie, is Connie a workaholic? She's not, I don't feel like she's greedy, but she wants to accomplish so much. Is she just someone who wants it all?
She's someone who has a chip on her shoulder from her past and is overcompensating for it. And she's not a very nice person. She's shallow, and she doesn't pay attention to the needs of people. And she's sort of oblivious, and I think a lot of people in our world, they have these things that they bring with them from their past that prevent them from being the best person they can be in their present. And that was Connie. And, so she got through it eventually, but, and she
Emily,
took it
talk.
out of Brooke a lot, she
True.
brought.
Emily, talk about working with Kelly Stables. I think the two of you partner well for this.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, she was so wonderful. Obviously, I had seen her work previously, and when I remember my first day on set with her, she was immediately so welcoming and she was so present. And I think it's amazing working with people that give you so much of themselves, even when the camera's not on them. And she was one of those people. She was always looking out for others, and she was such a great leader. So it was amazing working with her.
There's so many funny moments throughout this, and also, of course, sweet and heartfelt and maybe a little emotionally educational, as I would like to say. Emily, what were some of your favorite scenes to film?
Oh, some of my favorite scenes to film. I would say that I loved the monologue that I had to deliver to Connie. I think that that was one of my favorite scenes to film because it was kind of like Steph said, when Brooke finally stepped into her own voice and she finally expressed everything that she had been bottling up and feeling. And I think that was such an important shift for her and for her character. But aside from that, there was like a really sweet, small, short moment that we had in the film where I'm entering Connie's house and I see the Christmas tree and I see this beautiful put together Christmas decor. And it's like I'm finally seeing Connie step into her sweet side, her side that likes Christmas. And I think seeing all of that was such a heartfelt moment because it's like, okay, she's stepping into the person that she was supposed to be all along.
Stephanie, you play Melanie. Were you always in mind to take on a role to be writer, director, and star?
Well, actually, no. That was a big bite that I bit off. but I wanted to be one of the country club girls actually because it was just a quick thing and it was funny. And but I felt like those roles were better suited for someone. I found two great people to fill those roles, and I'm like, oh, I have to cast them because they would be better than me at this. So, I know Kelly quite well, and so I was not going to be in the film, and then we had someone that couldn't make it for the reporter role, so I just stepped in. I'm like, okay, I'll do it, and that's how that happened.
Well, I spoke with Kaylee and I spoke with Kelly, and both of them had the loveliest things to say about Blake Leeper. What was it about him that really brought his role to life and just made him such a fan's favorite Santa Rex? He's such a standout.
He really is. And, he was not an actor when I brought him on. When I was casting, he was actually the first person that I did cast. And I was seeking an actor that had some sort of a disability because I wanted that person to truly have overcome a challenge that not everyone might have. We all have different challenges, but that is one that is very specific to very few people. And it was important that it was very authentic for that character. And so I was, Googling and Googling, and I couldn't find anyone. It was crazy. I just, but I kept running into Blake Leeper, and he was an athlete. He was a runner. And I thought, well, I could just reach out. Maybe he'd be interested. So I did. I reached out, and they thought it was a joke or a scam or something, and I said, I just basically sent an email in his Instagram, and I said, hey, I'm a director and I'm looking for someone like you. And, would you like to audition for this movie? And they called me, and, it all went from there. And he did great, and he had a lot of time to prepare because we weren't filming for another probably 9 months after that. But yeah, he just was very special, and he did a great job. He really brought Rex right into life, and it was so fun working with him.
Emily, what do you hope lingers with audiences that watch Holiday Twist? Is it keep your heart open? Is it don't close yourself off? Is it holidays are tough for everyone? Is it, what what do you hope lingers with audiences, whether an emotion or a message?
I think it's really a mixture of a lot of things. I think that you have so many beautiful moments where characters are opening their hearts. So I think that's a really big message too. Obviously, the value of family and faith is something that I hope really sticks with people. And at the same time, it's like such a beautiful juxtaposition between like being there for your family, but at the same time, learning yourself and stepping into yourself and your own growth as a woman, just like Connie was, and like a lot of the characters were. So I think it's just a message of family, keeping faith, and at the same time, being able to open your heart and not be so stubborn and try not to be so stuck in your old ways. And it's a beautiful, heartfelt Christmas film. And I hope that families can get together and watch it and enjoy the holidays and that it brings people closer.